Okay, guys, welcome to another segment of Gamma Reviews where we're here to talk about not radiation, but all things gaming and all things anime. So, just this week, Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida, probably butchering the name, in an interview with the Financial Times said that they're working on a successor to the PlayStation 4. His literal statement states, "At this point, what I can say is it's necessary to have a next generation hardware." But the real question is it really necessary? I mean, considering the fact that we just got mid-console generations just earlier last year, and just late last year for the Xbox One, and about earlier last year for the PlayStation 4, with the PlayStation 4 Pro and the Xbox One X. I mean, people have just invested in these machines, in these systems, and when you consider the fact that PlayStation 5 with speculation could come out in 2019, it really begs the question, what was the point in the mid-console generation? And when you think about the fact that PlayStation 4 Pros run, and you can actually only see the true performance and the true value in their performance on 4K televisions, and a lot of people are still left in the dust with 1080p televisions, and what would the PlayStation 5 be output into? Would it be 8K televisions, and wouldn't that be more expensive? So considering that, then is it really all that necessary for the PlayStation 5 to be released so soon? I mean, actually I don't think so. But if it were released, would PlayStation 4 sales continue to boom? Yes, I think so, because considering the expense and everything that I just mentioned, then PlayStation 4 would still be in demand. But would they then in about a year after its release stop support for the PlayStation 4? Again, that is questionable. I am not so sure. But considering the fact that there is support still for PlayStation VR, that I can see actually utilizing the new hardware that they may implement in the PlayStation 5. And one thing that I would love to see for the PlayStation 5 is wireless VR headsets. And beyond wireless VR headsets, how about remove the PlayStation 4 Move controllers and actually make full body suits, or just the camera to be so sensitive in order to pick up motion, but yes, the body suits, so that we will be able to feel vibrations on every single motion that takes place in the game, because that would make it feel more immersive, and that's what gamers really are looking for, a more immersive gaming experience. So that's one thing that I'll be looking for in the PlayStation 5, and that's one thing that they got coming. On top of that, they would need to implement higher and the latest possibly graphics card at the time. Although PC generations are always ahead, they would need to have the latest graphics card, so that we'll be able to run high quality games at the developers, where the developers initially made them to be at. So, and we should be able to see smooth performing games, and yes, PlayStation 4 had a great time and a great showing of trying to be more photorealistic in gaming, but PlayStation 5, if anything, maybe we would see more photorealistic games. But that is not all that gamers look towards. I mean, photorealism isn't everything, and graphics isn't everything. So maybe we'd be able to have more utilized, I don't know, open worlds. So even if the game isn't more art photorealistic, but if it has a particular art and style, we would have a longer lasting time in these worlds, more than 30 hours at least. That's something that I can actually see being implemented in the PlayStation 5. But for those who are considering, is it worth it getting a PlayStation 4 at this moment, considering the fact that the PlayStation 5 is going to be released eventually? I mean, personally, I think that if you are interested in getting a PlayStation 4, it does and doesn't make sense, because I only got a PlayStation 4 recently, about 2 years now, and I mean, there's a huge roster of games that you can collect. So in that regard, yes, because if you purchase a PlayStation 4, then even if they release the PlayStation 5 next year, there's still a bunch of games that you would be able to play. And on top of that, even when the PlayStation 5 being released, I'm sure PlayStation 4 games would still be PlayStation 4 support with some developers. So yes, but in another sense, no, because if you have the equipment necessary that would be running PlayStation 5 games, then I don't think that you should downgrade yourself to just a PlayStation 4. Not just the equipment, actually. If you have the money when the PlayStation 5 releases, then you should go for the PlayStation 5. But I mean, my bet and my money is in the PlayStation 4. So another thing I think the PlayStation 5 should be focusing on right now is backwards compatibility, because a lot of gamers and a lot of people know that, my gosh, backwards compatibility with probably all the way back to PlayStation 1 should be totally supported on this on this new next gen console. Because I mean, if we could have gaming all the way back to PlayStation 1 games, then it'll feel like more definitive more definitive version of the PlayStation. So I mean, if you have any particular thoughts on the PlayStation 5 and its release, and if it's next year, then be sure to leave a comment. And if you did like this video and you did like this discussion, then be sure to subscribe and tune and keep up watching Gamma Reviews for more reviews similar to this. So peace, guys.